Hey beauty broadcast community.
Hi everyone.
I'm Emily. Hi, I'm Austin.
I'm from Brazil.
From Southeast Missouri.
From Seattle, Washington.
South Korea.
Pennsylvania.
Ireland. California.
And right now, here are the
2023 Emily Awards.
Hello everyone, happy Emily Awards Day 2. This is the eyes video, so we're going to be giving a drugstore and a high-end favorite for every eye makeup related category. Thank you guys so much, excuse me. Thank you for being presenters for this year's Emily Awards. I think everyone has really enjoyed getting to see all the different faces coming on and announcing a product category. And I'm just very honored that you took time out of your day to do something like that, to be part of this. So thank you, I love you. Also, guys, I tried a little heatless curler thing today, but it's not like the ones that go like a rainbow all over your head. It was like two little buns. And it didn't do a ton, but it gave me enough wave to look like, yeah, it's something. I spent a little time just styling it, spraying it a little, but I think it did kind of good. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here for the Emily Awards for Eyes, and let's not waste any time. Let's get to it.
Hi, I'm Melinda from Pennsylvania. I'm also a beauty YouTuber, but here are the awards for the best eyeshadow primers.
Milani eyeshadow primer, my friends. I love this stuff. You guys know why. It's good to talk about it at the beginning because I think this is the underlying essential to the whole eye look. I do think every day, even if it's a soft, natural look, I think you can really be helped so much by an eye primer. And I think one of the biggest mistakes with eyeshadow primer is applying too much. I always just use the smallest amount. I'm going to show you realistically just how much I use day to day. That amount on my finger, that's both eyes. So I kind of rub it between both fingers so it's even, and then I dab it on each eye. And I first go for the lid, and then whatever's left gets kind of dabbed in through the crease, and anything remaining can hit near the brow bone. But your main area, I think, is the lid space, because if we're talking about any sort of opaque shadow application that you're having, it's probably gonna happen more so on the lid and right into the crease as opposed to like up under your eyebrow. So what this does is it kind of catches that shadow, it gives the eyeshadow something to cling to, which makes it show up more and it makes it stay longer. Over the years, I have used all the different ones. You know, I remember when the Urban Decay Primer Potion days were huge, and I remember Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I really enjoyed Shadow Insurance for a long time, and then I felt like it got to the point where it was always separating in the tube, right? But this is just my absolute favorite. I can't deny it. It's won Emily Awards for so many years. I've gone through so many tubes of it. It's just a legit favorite.
Hey beauty broadcast community. Emily, you are such an important and treasured part of this community, and I absolutely adore you. And here are the best eyeshadows for the 2023 Emily Awards.
This category of the Emily Awards has really evolved over the years. I've had a lot of different ways of talking about my favorite eyeshadows, and I really like the way we've most recently come into doing it, which is just having this one category, and whatever gets mentioned in that category, whether it's a small palette, a big palette, or whatever, you know, this is just the simple eyeshadow roundup. A couple of picks for drugstore, a couple of picks for high-end. For drugstore, one of these is a multi-year award winner, and I think for good reason, because if we're talking about quality, if we're talking about bang for your buck, this brand truly has it down, and I'm talking about Wet n Wild. I love their Color Icon palettes. They have 5-pan and they have 10-pan, and they're all going to come in, like this is going to be usually $2 and change, and this is going to be just under $5 usually. It can vary retailer to retailer, but that's an amazing deal for the quality you're getting and how consistent all the shades are. One of the best basics, if you're just starting out or you know somebody who's just starting out and you're helping them, get them Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells. That product began as a trio. Everything was shimmery, everything was kind of like mid-tone, and then it turned into a quad. It's had a whole evolution, and they've gotten to this point where they've given us a matte dark brown in there, this beautiful matte, this lovely pearl, and these two kind of mid-tone. One's a little pinky. This one's actually rather bright on the lids, but then this kind of brownish shimmer. And what they've got going right now is absolutely perfect. Like, yes, stop Wet n Wild. This is your best format of walking on eggshells. I love it, and it's, I think, just the best place to begin. But then if you want a little more variety, they do such a good job on the 10-pan palettes. I know I've talked a lot about Nude Awakening. That one is very good for like a neutral to deep neutral look. And that one, it feels like you're getting basics, but you're getting some ways to take it really dark, like dark brown, and there's a burgundy in there. I also love this one called Lights Off. It's got some really glitzy shades and a dark forest green, which is so beautiful. So when you get one of these, you know you're getting getting consistent quality. You're really getting a good drugstore price. And also this time of year, if you happen to catch some of their holiday Foxtrot collection, those have only been upcharged like maybe $1 or $2. They're in like a boxed packaging, but it's more of that great quality, just different color schemes. They have some cute like berry and more greenish colors in there. I have a whole video about it, but definitely look into Wet n Wild if you haven't already. And then I have another drugstore price range type of palette to talk about that I've really used a lot this year. It's from ColourPop, and I know these palettes, like I think these larger ones run about $35, and I know that's kind of outside the drugstore scope, but yet I all in all consider ColourPop to be a more affordable brand, and it's definitely less compared to other high-end things. And think about all you're getting here. Okay, I loved the Smokin' Hot palette this year. It's still available across the board. I've liked so many of these larger ColourPop palettes, but this one has been so much fun this year. I liked it starting in summer. I continued using it into fall. I just used it like yesterday just for fun. I mean, we've got this row of like berry and plum, and it's so pretty when berry and plum mix with the peachy shades. Okay, that combo, it's kind of a sunset eye type of thing. It takes me all the way back to a quad from Bare Minerals, back when they were doing the Ready eyeshadow quads. There was one called Happy Place, and that was when I realized, ugh, when you take a plummy shade and you work that in with a basis that's overall kind of peachy, those shades look so good together. So just think, you know, Clemson University's colors, just soften them up and give a range and put them in this palette. One thing ColourPop does really well, even though this is a large palette, they're good about not giving us a ton of overlapping shades. So if you got in really close to this, you could see there's so many finishes. Some might have a little subtle sparkle, some are a full-on metallic, some are more of a barely there shimmer. The full-on mattes are so good to work with. I just can't say enough. I really love this color scheme. And I know last year, I think in the Emily Awards, I mentioned their Gone Matte palette. If you are interested in 100% all matte, the best basic wardrobe of mattes you can get, think about that one, because it's literally like lined up in rows, every gradient color scheme you need in the neutral matte family, okay? So yeah, if you've never looked into ColourPop's larger palettes, peruse their website, check it out, see what you can find there, because they're doing a lot of good things. You might have a totally different color scheme that you're into compared to this, but I'm raising awareness for those palettes. For high end, I think it's pretty undeniable that Sydney Grace has an incredible eyeshadow formula, and they definitely got me with this Unbreakable Bond stuff that they put out. I've talked about in the face video, the 4-pan face palette really got me. I'm actually wearing that blush and highlight today from that palette. They did such a good job with that. And the color scheme in their Unbreakable Bond eyeshadow palette, this is the light version. That's another really cool and really unique thing Sydney Grace does, is they will put out an eyeshadow palette in a light and a dark version, adjusting some of the key, like maybe mid-tone or sort of setting it up types of shades in the palette. They'll adjust those to make them more appropriate for a deeper skin tone too. I think that's so cool. This is the light version that I have here, and you want to talk about buttery, creamy, rich formulas. There's not a miss in the whole palette, but the shade choices in this particular one. Oh, by the way, look at those PJ pants down there. Red and green, right? It all works. But I really liked just the color story, as some may say, in this palette. I'm a sucker for a burgundy, but I like that there's gold. But I enjoy that they also like put in a lot of cool basics. And navy blue. Navy is one of those shades in eyeshadow that doesn't really get shouted from the rooftops enough, but that can look so beautiful, especially with brown eyes. Do you remember back in the day when Smashbox, I remember the apartment days and talking about specifically a Smashbox holiday set, and they would put it out for brown eyes, for blue eyes, for hazel eyes, blah, blah, blah. And the brown eyes kit contained a navy. And that was when I kind of realized, like, yeah, navy does work for me. And here in this palette, they've made it so like easy to use, wearable, blendable. And they've put beside it a little friend shade that can kind of bump it up and make it even more like pronounced. You can see the blue more on the eyes. I think I actually did a video tutorial focusing in on that corner actually. But yes, an impeccable eyeshadow formula, but a really beautiful layout of shades that just speaks to my heart. And then another high-end favorite, I was really thinking about Persona here too, because I do love the Persona Identity 1 and 2 palettes, but I've fallen so hard for this one from Lawless, and I don't know if this is going to truly be limited edition or if they're going to keep this around more. I guess this may be my plea, if anybody from Lawless is seeing this, keep this around. Like, This Dreamy Dozen palette is legit. It is a great basic palette. You're probably looking at it thinking, don't I have all those shades? Well, maybe you do, but this formula, they do a great talc-free eyeshadow formula. If you've tried their palette called The One, you know the softness, the ease of use with all those shades, but there's a lot of warmth in that palette. This one took it very, very basic. Everything here is matte. And you've got your glimmers over here, which are also nice and easy to work with and can give you sort of a flashy, dazzling pop if you want it. But I just have so much respect for these shades and the way they so easily blend one into the next. I love a gradient. We love setting up a matte look. Like the matte setup of an eye look is my pure joy, okay? And while I love Persona, this one gives me even more matte to like play with, and the subtleties between like this shade and this shade, yeah, there's a total difference. One is warmer, one is cooler, you know? I'm wearing this on my eyes today and I just feel like it's timeless. I stuck with 100% matte shades on this look and I just come away thinking, yeah, that was easy, that was simple, that was satisfying. Above all else, it was satisfying. And I think I referred to this palette in a full video as the cozy sweater of eye palettes, and that's what it feels like. There is a softness to these shades, not just in color tone. I'm talking about a softness and blendability in application that just makes them feel like no work at all is being done. You know, they just kind of blend into each other with so much ease. I like that there's a little mirror here. I like the overall compact nature of the palette, and I just think Lawless did an amazing job with that, and I hope they keep that around.
Hi, I'm Karen from Ireland, and these are the best eyeliners.
So I feel like eyeliner is the step of makeup that I most try to avoid. I feel like it's not that I hate eyeliner, and if the look calls for it, I'll definitely put it in, but if we're gonna say like the step you're most likely to kick to the curb from your makeup routine, it's eyeliner. It's kind of fuzzy, it's kind of, we just took a turn here, okay? I was talking about eyeshadow and matte eyeshadows, blending them together and how satisfying and lovely that is, and then putting on eyeliner is just kind of like, It's just not my favorite step of makeup, but I do have some eyeliners to recommend that I like. The pencil one that comes to mind this year that I've really enjoyed, that I thought has been a really high quality and good from the drugstore, are these L'Oreal Infallible Grip liners. I like that they've got some nice jewel tone colors here too. We've got blue jersey, this navy blue, and I really like this emerald green color. They have a smudger tip. They're just a mechanical twist up liner. They can last really well on your lower lash line. They also, I think, last impressively well in your waterline. They make nude shades as well. If you just want that basic brightening lower waterline nude, the shade name is Bright Nude. Okay, so you got options. There's a total black as well, but I actually think they may be working with some kind of special technology in these liners to make them last so well, to make them cling onto two totally different surfaces of the eye. One is the skin and one, you know, being the waterline if you like to put a liner there. I think they last exceptionally well, so I wanted to shout that out. And then for a liquid liner that I've gotten so into this year, by the end of the year, I've really, really liked using this Too Faced Better Than Sex chocolate liner pen. So this is a nice deep brown, and it still gives you like all the definition of a black, but somehow it's just a little bit softer. And these pens are good. They are sharp to a point. Like you get a very, very precise point with these guys. They are a brush tip. You can do all the wings your heart desires. You can get right into your inner corner with ease. They stay juicy. They wear a super long time, but there's something about that brown. Now you're saying, what if I want to put false lashes on that? Is it going to be dark enough for my false lashes to blend? Absolutely. Like it's a really dark brown, but something about it, like just a step softer than black, and I like that. The black is good from this line too. I think there's a lot of good black liner pens that you can find from the drugstore. Wet n Wild just released like a 2-in-1 from the Maryland collection. Hard Candy's got a good one. I love NYX Epic Ink. I need to see if NYX makes an Epic Ink in a dark brown. Maybe that would be a dupe possibility, but in my collection, this has been sitting around as my dark brown, and that's been the main liquid liner I've been wanting to pick up.
Hi Emily, hi everybody. My name is Valerie. My family and I live in South Korea, and right now I'm standing in front of one of the best places here in South Korea for makeup and skincare, Olive Young. I'm actually going to go in and do a little bit of shopping, and Emily, you're going to tell us your 2023 favorites for best cream eyeshadow. Thank you so much, Emily. Love you. Bye, everybody. Mwah.
I totally skipped the category of best cream shadow, but we're getting there now. And really, it takes me into kind of like another level of eyeliner, especially with my high-end picks. So I'll get there in a second, but my favorite cream shadow from the drugstore, definitely these shadow sticks from Hard Candy. These are the 3 that I have. They're technically called Eye-Def eyeshadow marker. I think I've just been calling them Hard Candy eyeshadow sticks for months, but I have the shade called Bubbly, which is a light shimmer. These 2 are my faves. We've got Pony and we've got Cold Brew. So I'll give you some swatches of these. Pony makes you think of a little bit of like a mauve-y taupe, so definitely cooler, and then Cold Brew, rich bronze, maybe a little copper thrown in there, just a lot warmer. But they're both these beautiful mid-tones that can sit on your lower lash line and give you a smudginess and smokiness that will not budge, okay? They totally set for long wear. These can be very good, easy shades all across the lids too. I know some people love to just swipe on a shadow stick and wear it as full-on eyeshadow, and that's fine, but my favorite way is just to have that smudgy liner look, but in a format that will not go anywhere, because eyeshadow inevitably kind of does over the day for me. It fades, it drops down. These are great. They're so smooth and easy to apply. And by the way, Bubbly, my lighter one, this is a good stick if you just want to like brighten up your inner corner, bring a little light right to that area. Very easy and long wearing way to get that look too. So definitely check those out if you haven't already. And then I said my high-end pick is going to be yet another option for eyeliner. It's the way I'm wearing my eyeliner today. And these are from Laura Geller. They're called the Kajal Longwear Eyeliners, and they are chubby sticks. They're chubby sticks with a little sharpener at the end so you can keep them formed at the tip if you want to. But I'm so glad I discovered these because so many of my long wear shadow sticks, they're mostly like mid-tone to lighter shimmery shades. I have a lot of caviar sticks that are lighter. I have a couple like cocoa and plum that are really deep, but like I want to go beyond that, you know? And I got this whole wardrobe, and sadly this particular wardrobe is not still available, but you can definitely explore some other combos that Laura Geller sells of these products, and just individually too. But I learned that these are awesome and they wear like iron. I did like a swatch test actually on my hand. I thought, how many days can I repeatedly wash my hands and I'll continue to see these products still on here? And it was at least a good couple days. They stayed on. At the end, I was actually scrubbing them away. So the ones I'm wearing today, I'm wearing the plum, or this is actually called Smoky Amethyst Coal. I just put that across my upper lash line, and I call this lazy liner when you take a chubby stick and you use it as your eye pencil basically, and it goes down so smoothly and easily, but then it sets, okay? And then on my lower lash line, I chose the one called Dark Brown Coal, which is actually like a deep brown with a little bit of shimmer, and I just smudged that on my lower lash line, and it gave me an immediate kind of smudgy, smoky look, but it's not gonna move, okay? And they've also got shades. This nice dark green is awesome. They have a navy blue. The one called Soft Black is really good as well. That's gonna be a great basic like lazy liner going forward, because just a step softer than pure black, but really gives some nice intensity still. So yeah, Laura Geller, we thought she was just making these amazing blushes and bronzers and stuff, but no, she is nailing these shadow sticks, or as she actually calls them, Kajal Longwear Eyeliners. Love.
Hi, I'm Emily. Hi, I'm Austin. And we're from California. And here are the best lash primers.
There is one favorite. There is one clear and important favorite here. It's kind of an unsung hero of the makeup routine because when you see me testing new mascaras on here, I'm not gonna put in this little helper and use it alongside and say, well, oh, look how good this is. Well, this does a lot for a mascara. This does a lot for your lashes in general. And as I test new mascaras, I'm not gonna like give it the benefit of having help from this product. But in days when I'm maybe not shooting a video and I'm going on with my regular application, I definitely benefit from using the Estee Lauder little black primer. Here's my little backup. I always have a backup. I buy this through my friend David. He is the resident makeup artist at Bergdorf Goodman in NYC, and I'll have his contact info in the box down below. But this says Tint Amplify Set. So this is a dark lash primer. I know Too Faced put out a dark toned lash primer as well, but it doesn't do what this one does. This is incredible about locking in curls. So if you have the curl challenge downward pointing lash, think about putting this on right after you curl your lashes, and it's kind of like a hairspray step, okay? It keeps them from dropping down. Then it's also going to add a little bulk to your lashes, a little bit of bulk, and it's going to give your mascara something more to build on, something more to grab onto. Some mascaras need that more than others. So you're providing that. And then let's say, oh, I've got this mascara I love, but it always tends to flake on me by the end of the day. The answer to that would be put this on as a top coat. Remember it said tint, amplify, set. You can just go over that mascara with some of this and it won't change your look really. If you got a look you like, it's not going to alter that, but it is going to give you some incredible staying power for that mascara for all day wear. It's kind of a lash multitasking like wizard product. I love it. Again, I think it's most beneficial and most like fantastic for the people who have the curl challenge lashes because it helps lock in that curl. It really, really does. And it pairs so well with so many other mascaras. There's really not a lash primer like this that exists. I have tried tons of them and this continues to just, it's gonna stand on its own in this category. This is the best lash primer, period. Maybe in 2024, I will come into just an incredible, flawless lash primer from the drugstore, but I know that is gonna be difficult for me. I really think it is because my lashes, when you're talking lashes that aren't exactly the fullest, you also have the curl issue that I've talked about, sometimes a primer can get in your way. Sometimes it can be the thing that keeps the mascara from building and separating as well as it should, okay? So that one's really special, but a lot of them just end up loading me down a bit too much.
Hi everyone, this is Shraddha from San Francisco, California, and here are the best mascaras.
Look at those lashes today. Just mascara. Just CoverGirl, Exhibitionist, Stretch and Strengthen. Yes, my little old lashes that don't really love to curl, they respond very well to this. I love this mascara. Also, have you ever had mascaras that you feel like you start using them and then they kind of like lose their zest immediately? It's like you get them and they're brand new and you're like, okay, I don't love it because it's brand new. And then after about a week or so, ooh, it's reaching its peak. It's doing really well. It's transferring onto the lashes so good. Oh, and then now it's looking dry. Some mascaras have the life cycle of an avocado. And then this one comes along and it has that little, you know, crescendo where, okay, it's just getting good and then it gets really good and then it stays good for a long time. Has anyone else found that? Like this mascara, you can keep this for a while and it continues to like have some juice and do well. But have I even said the name? CoverGirl Exhibitionist Stretch and Strengthen. It's the kind with the little drips on it. It works so well. It's a traditional brush. It's got a little bulk that comes out on it. It doesn't come out so 100% cleaned off, and that results in a fairly fast build on the lashes, which I need that. I need something to freeze on my lashes kind of quickly so I don't have to drag through them repeatedly and undo my curl. I mean, think about it. Let's say you just did your hair and you got straight hair like mine and you just took it through the curling iron and then you're just going to brush through it. Right after you do that curling iron, you're just going to brush through it repeatedly. What's going to happen? That curl is eventually going to fall. So if you can do a minimal amount of strokes through the lashes, but still get that pronounced effect that you like, that's your winner mascara right there. And so that's a reason why I like this one so much. It really is a comparable effect to IT Cosmetics Superhero. I love this one. I have several drugstore mascaras that I think are really good, but this has to be at the top of the pile. For high end, I would have to say my favorite continues to be the IT Cosmetics Superhero. It is my gold standard. It is the thing that I judge all other mascaras by. It also has a traditional brush. It also looks a lot like, when I take it out of the tube, it looks a lot like the way Exhibitionist looks. You can see it's kind of got a little load of product on there already, and it results in that fast build for me, which I really need. It holds the curl well, it doesn't flake off. It's just a really good mascara in every way. It makes my lashes look so much like the look I have right now, big and thick and lengthened out. There was another front runner for me for this category. I stopped and thought this year before I named Superhero because I've been using a lot of my Huda One Coat Wow. And I do think this is a pretty exceptional mascara. It builds really quick and it does do really well with that one coat. But let's say your one coat application on a given day didn't turn out so well and you go back for more product, it really kills the look, and I don't know quite why that is, but anytime I go back for extra, like a full dip back into the tube and start layering on a little bit more, it's like my lashes can't take it and I get the funky ends. And I don't always see those funky ends immediately, but I will for certain see them in a few hours. Okay, so I don't get it. It literally is, they say one coat wow. It's in bold print and it's with an exclamation point. They mean it, one coat. So for the fact that I run that risk, and I just don't like having that risk, and you might say, well, just be happy with the one coat and move on. But like I said, I don't always apply that one coat in the most perfect way, or I don't get it all on there just consistently the same every single time. Sometimes I just want a little more mascara, and doggone it, the lashes will not accept any more than one coat with that stuff. I will name one more favorite here. Okay, so the high end was the Superhero, and then Cali Ray Come Hell or High Water. You see it come out in almost every video on the lower lashes. Does not smudge, does not flake, will not go anywhere. It's a tubing mascara. I just love it to pieces. I use it exclusively on the lower lashes, and I can keep my tube a lot longer when I do that, although this can look great on uppers too. But you know what I'm saying? If you're only using it for a little light, subtle bit of application every day down there, you'll save your tube longer.
Hello, my name is Mariana. I'm from Brazil. I've been watching Emily since 2010, and here are the best brow products. By the way, Emily made me buy it, and I love it.
I gotta have a real honest moment with you guys on the drugstore side of things. I have bounced around constantly. I have empties from so many brands sitting down there in my empties bin. I don't feel super passionate about any one of them, like as a total standout from the rest. I like L'Oreal's Brow Stylist Definer. I like e.l.f.'s Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. CoverGirl's got a good one. Revlon's got a good one. Wet n Wild, of course, I like their retractable brow pencil, but there's like 5 right there that I could bounce between and feel kind of equally good about all of them. I just don't have one that I would have to say stands above all the rest. I just want to be honest with you about that. Like, I really think that if you can find your right shade, I know some of us have different or harder to match hair colors than others, but if you can hone in on your shade, the drugstore is loaded with good options that are just like an ABH Brow Wiz. You've got access to so many awesome things for definitely under probably $7 or $8. So again, look to all those brands that I mentioned and probably then some. Everybody's doing a brow pencil. They're putting a spoolie on the other end. There are a lot of 2 thumbs up good ones out there. They've all got similar textures. They've all got similar staying power. That's just what's going on right now in the drugstore on brows. But I do have a very clear high-end favorite this year, and I absolutely love this thing, and I think this is convenience, this is ease, this is everything all in one. It's from Estee Lauder Brow Perfect 3D All-in-One Styler. I have 07 Cool Brown, and this is your skinny pencil. This also is a little powder that like kind of, you can go over things, you can add to your symmetry, or you can just start there for a really soft look. And it's a gel all in one. So I've been using this so much. I've got this little skinny tip. Like I said, it looks thicker because like the pencil is thicker, but the actual tip of the product is just like a Brow Wiz size. And so I love filling in with that. It's super easy. The texture is great. But then you go in to this side, you twist off, it's a little powder dabber, and you can fill in even more. You can like go over that little sparse area and just give yourself that instant symmetry, one eye to the next. And then at the bottom, it's a clear gel. It's a clear gel that you're just gonna put on, and you've got that actually really fantastic hold with this all day. So are you one who travels? Do you work out of a makeup bag often? Do you need something that's just gonna simplify your life and be every brow need all in one? Like, this is it. I love the convenience factor there. I think this was really well put together, and the products are all super good quality. So 2 thumbs up. Thank you, Estee Lauder.
Hi, I'm Ellen from Seattle, Washington, and here are the Emily Awards Best Brow Gel for 2023.
For Best Brow Gel, we have another one and only category here. I feel like maybe in my old age I'm becoming more no nonsense, but there is one. There's one that really stands above the rest, and it's the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt. You might also see this package and it says something like Express Brow on it, but I wear this in medium brown, and I feel like I've talked so many times. Like, can we get a full tally of how many times I've talked about the brilliance of this product and the brush? So first off, let's just say it's amazing hold. Amazing hold. You get this into your brows, it is definitely going to hold. This is tinted. This is going to give your brows some color. You could use it alone, or you could use it as part of your brow routine, like a finishing step. But the brush is really special because it's got this more like lengthened out bristle on one side and then a shorter bristle. The shorter bristle will cause your brow to come in contact with more product, and so that side will lay down more. It will fill in more. The other side is more of like a brush through finishing step. It feels like you're getting 2 products in one tube with this thing, and it's holding so well, and there's actual pigmented color in this. So it's a super unique, super high quality product. I mean, if we're talking just clear brow gel tell if somebody needs a clear brow gel. I mean, I've sworn by NYX Control Freak for years. I've actually tried several other clear ones this year, but that one's still my favorite. But Brow Fast Sculpt is taking that category for sure.
Hi, I'm Jennifer from Southeast Missouri, and here are the best false lashes.
For best false lashes, I have two favorites that I think pretty much fall into the drugstore price range category. One of them is my little like half lash from Amazon. It says Fancyton Gorgeous Lashes. A really unique style that I'm not finding in stores with other brands. I'm going to bring it in here. I'm not wearing any false lashes today. But look, this is a half lash. I don't trim this, I don't alter it in any way, but you're getting all this length and thickness. They look so beautiful on, and they're only taking up like the outer half of the eye. And don't underestimate how easy that can make the process. Just not having to fuss with the full strip, that really helps. But they lay down well, they fit my eye well. They give a beautiful lift and length and thickness at the outside. I'll definitely link to a video below where I've put them on so you can see. But yeah, I absolutely love these, and I love the Ioni Lash Glue, by the way. Maybe that should be a special award in this video, because that's really been a no-fail product for me. It doesn't irritate and it holds the lashes on so well. But I adore these half lashes. That's my top lash favorite, but I still love the Kiss My Lash But Better style and So Real. I don't have any up here right now, but I can pop up a picture. But think full lash strip, fluttery lashes. They just open up the eye. I think it's because they're full like here to here, and that will be a lash that I trim a little bit before I put them on my eye. And if you've never used a lash before, always trim from the outside part, okay? Because usually the inside has been specially tapered to work in here. But yeah, I love those. If we're talking a full strip lash, if we're really wanting to go there and have that beautifully like opened eye look, full fan of fluttery lashes, you definitely want to look into that. The style name is So Real. They do not look real by any stretch of the imagination. Okay guys, so that is my eye video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you don't mind that some categories are really just kind of no nonsense, you know, like the eye primer and the lash primer or brow gel. Like those are things, just very no nonsense picks where they're products that I love so much, and it's not for lack of experimentation, but they just continue to like be at the top of the mountain alone. And that's how it is sometimes. And like I always say, I'm not gonna just fill stuff in for the sake of having another favorite or whatever. So thank you for supporting these awards videos every year. Thank you for watching, sharing with friends, just sharing in the enthusiasm of this time of year here with me. And I'm very excited to be with you in the next one for all the lip favorites. And look who came around to say goodbye on this one. It's Biscuits. She says, I love you.